Howdy, folks. It's Wednesday at 9 p.m. So you know it's time for the Coaster Patrol podcast with Sheriff Theme Park Plunge and Officer Smokin' Thrills. This is the podcast for theme park fans by theme park fans. For theme park fans to watch. So be sure to tell your friends and come back every Wednesday now, you hear? All right, it's time to get started. Stop the patrol car. It's time to get started with the Coaster Patrol podcast. I'm here, Steps, with my host, Smokin' Thrills, and our special, and our special guest today, all from the Blueman group, Adventures of Blueman.
What's going on, guys?
They've changed their makeup a little bit, I see.
Yeah. Long brown beards with blue hair. That's the Amish Blue group. Yeah. So how's it going, guys?
Fantastic.
It's going just splendidly. Is that a word? Splendidly. Anyway, yes, good.
Splendidly. It sounds like a artificial sweetener.
It sounds like it should be a word, but I'm not sure it's a word.
I was gonna say it sounded like a decaf, like splendid sugar.
Oh well.
Splendidly.
Yeah, we're the Coaster Popo. That's what we are, the Coaster Patrol. We're gonna get the intro better as we go, but I like the siren. I think we got to start with the siren, don't you?
Yes, I agree. Maybe a little bit shorter, though.
Yeah, maybe a little bit shorter.
At that point, I'm not even in a car, and I was like, do I need to pull over?
Yeah, people might turn on the podcast, and they might be listening to it in their car when we get this thing really going. They're going to be pulling over.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, wait, there's no cop.
We're actually just going to use Blue Man's hair as the siren, believe it or not.
You just got busted by the Coaster Patrol. Oh, man. So everybody's been talking about Epic Universe, and I think it's going to be the topic to till the end of the year, possibly. I mean, this is like huge. We haven't had a new Orlando theme park in decades. I think it's been decades, unless you count Legoland, and even then, it's been
first
how long?
Major American theme park from the ground up in like something like 15, 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's lower than that, but something like that.
Yeah, I don't know when Gatorland opened. Probably a long time ago.
I don't know if that's in the same category. That's
Gatorland.
Gatorland's been around for a long time.
We should do a podcast live from Gatorland.
But more importantly, Gator Spot at Fun Spot.
Gator Spot.
Have you not heard of that? So I discovered that recently when I was at Fun Spot in Orlando. They have a Gatorland outpost set up now at Fun Spot in Orlando, and it's like a baby Gatorland.
Good to see you, Zod Rider. Zod Rider is my co-host for my gaming show on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Good to see you, Zod Rider.
Wish you'd just leave Clark alone. It's getting a little ridiculous at this point.
There's no Superman at Epic Universe. They don't have any superheroes, unfortunately. No, they have kind of the opposite in some aspects. They got the Universal monsters.
That's technically their Marvel universe is their.
Believe me, that's my most anticipated land.
What is your tattoo of? I'm sorry, I have a hard time.
That's a jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. I thought.
And then on my forearm, I've got Cthulhu eating a heart. And then a clock with 13 hours and a full moon. So that's my most anticipated land. I own this jacket. You think that's not my most anticipated?
Could you imagine the people that were like in the media previews for Epic Universe and they're like all hyped up for Monsters Land, they're wearing a monster shirt, and then they're like, first we're going to the Isle of Burke.
I mean, honestly, a lot of them were probably just as hype about that.
Yeah.
I've never even seen How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sorry.
I gotta watch it.
But I'll
Oh
tell you,
man, those are 3 movies you should go and watch.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I thought there were 4, but I guess the cartoon series serves as the 4th one now, right?
Yeah, there's
canon
Netflix series or something like that.
And now the live action one is about to come out.
If I watch the first How to Train Your Dragon, will I know enough to go to the Isle of Burke at Epic Universe, you think?
You will know almost enough because some of the characters are from the 2nd and 3rd movie. They walk around. But a lot of the characters walk around.
You'll love it so much you won't be able to stop, so it won't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really like the what is it? The Scandinavian look to it. What is it?
It's more of a Norse look. I would say it's more of a
like a Viking,
Scandinavian, but like Norse specifically.
Like
Icelandic or
yes,
like Scandinavian, but like extreme Scandinavian.
Yeah. So I've been hearing a lot about the coaster. Let me
Hiccups Wing Gliders.
Yeah, let me bring it up. I'll just bring it up without audio so we could just talk over it. There's somebody that put this up already. It's a point of view of Hiccups Wing Glider.
Yeah, I've already watched POVs of every single ride in the park, and I feel zero shame.
So this actually was a pretty good ride. So think of like a Hagrid's with a dragon instead. You know, you're flying on a wooden dragon.
It doesn't look quite as intense as Hagrid's.
That animatronic is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is.
My God.
They're supposed to be putting wings on you, and it goes a decent speed. And
I would like to talk to this person and tell them that if they're going to do a wrist-mounted POV, they really need to commit and not look at other stuff. Anyway,
it's probably the sunglasses because you can't wear GoPros at Universal.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, so you're looking at what he's looking at on the sunglasses.
Yeah,
probably.
I just feel like if you're going to do a POV, then like do the POV.
Hey,
it's hard to. And then
I get it. I'm sorry.
The coaster rolls backwards. It didn't make it. Oh no!
It's a fake.
Was that a rollback, or was it supposed to do that?
It's supposed to do that because now the eggs are going to blow up.
They're pulling a Revenge of the Mummy with the fake out again.
Yeah.
I love that little set piece right there.
So I heard this is like slightly above family. That's what people are saying. It's got a little kick to it.
Yeah, it was nice. It wasn't like, oh man, I waited 30 minutes for this ride and it sucked. It was actually a decent ride.
Is there only one track or is there multiple tracks of the same ride? Do you know?
So it's only one track.
It's only one. Okay.
Well,
also, we've all had our Universal passes revoked for showing that.
No, I didn't. I'm not the one that filmed it. This is on somebody else's channel. I'll put the link in the description once we're done with the stream.
Saturday they lifted the media ban, so
I know, but that doesn't change the POV footage rules.
Yeah, that is true. So
I had a video where I featured some POV footage that I shot at islands, and the employees actually knew I was doing it, but I got so paranoid that I unlisted the video because I was like, I'm not trying to show up at Epic and have security approach me and be like, are you Eric? Can you come talk to us for a minute?
Well, nobody's approached me yet. I have Hagrid's and a Velocicoaster video that do pretty well, so
yeah, no, I filmed on a couple of them and I literally, the employees knew I was doing it, but I'm still like, should I unlist that? I don't know if it's okay.
Well, you heard about what happened to Adam the Woo, right?
Well, yeah, that's part of what I'm basing it on.
Yeah, but
Well,
He was banned like 9 years ago.
that's
was
because he walked into the old Nickelodeon studio just because the door was
You mean-
unlocked. He went inside for a tour.
You would know that, wouldn't you, Blueman?
I've maybe watched that video a couple times.
Almost like your people inhabited that building.
he made a
Why
video
don't you
this
tell
week.
us what's really going on? I'm just kidding.
Blueman was the second gunman on the grassy knoll. He's the one that let out the woo into the building.
Nickelodeon Studios became Blueman Group.
he was working at Universal at the time. He said, "Come on in."
The building is still blue. It's
Technically,
still blue.
only half of the building became the Blueman group. The other half is where he went and explored, which is still till this day covered in Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah, but he also had permission to be in there, apparently. That's the other thing that people don't talk about.
Oh, you watched the video that he released a couple days ago.
Well, I mean, I knew that before, but he's mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go over there and it's open, that area, and you go inside the bathrooms that are there, the tile still has green slime all over it from back when it was Nickelodeon.
That's actually my fault, but we won't go into the details.
Yeah. So this is the podcast. We're a bunch of. Make sure you tell your friends, tell everybody to come watch. We're a bunch of new people. We're new friends, but I got a message for you guys about new friends. So let's listen to it real quick.
The name is Mr. T. First name is Mr. Middle name is that period. Last name is T. Listen and listen good. I'm talking to you. The friends you already got might not be all the friends you ever need. And when you keep new people out, just because they're new to you, you're only cheating yourself. That's what Robin, Jeff, and Kim found out. So don't you ever write nobody off just because he's the new kid on the block. You'll never know what you might be missing till you get to know them. So take it from me, Mr. T.
Yeah, get to know us. Take it from Mr. T.
A pity to fool that don't tune in.
I almost did the voice, but I'm afraid I'll get canceled.
Yeah.
Pity the fool. I did it anyway.
No, dude, it's just so awesome. You can't not, you know what I mean? I love it when he goes,
I
first
love
name
it.
Mr., middle name period, last name T.
I'm missing a lot of gold chains, so you know.
Mr. T versus Captain America, who wins? Anyway.
I'm gonna go with Mr. T.
It's an interesting question.
They should make Mr. T a superhero. Make him a superhero movie.
What does T stand for?
Hey, he was in the A team. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and as I said, I love it when a plan comes together.
Did they ever make an A-Team comic book?
They made a movie.
Well, but say they made a movie
with like Liam Neeson as the main guy and stuff.
I gotta go back and see that.
I don't think they did a comic book. They may have. They did a comic book about everything. So
yeah. Back to Isle of Burke after being distracted by Mr. T.
That's your fault, not ours.
Yeah, it is. It's totally my fault.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and need to see some identification. I'm Officer Smoke and Thrills from the Coastal Patrol. You've distracted us. It's going to be an obstruction charge. I need to go ahead and see some ID.
All right. I'm going to bring up Super Enthused. She is so happy all the time and so super positive. I could never be as positive and happy as her. But you can see her there with the statues there at Isle of Burke, and like, it's absolutely gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
What was it like walking in here, Blue?
Well, first off, when I went the first 2 times, I could not take pictures, so it was hard to not pull my camera out and take all these nice, beautiful photos you can see here. But it was amazing. Like, everything is made out of wood, and it's just like mind-blowing. There's dragons, as you can see, all over the place, just tearing stuff up. They got people dressed up as Vikings running around and talking to you, which when I was there, I met a couple of them, and they gave me my own Viking name. I am known in there as Spitfire Blue.
That's appropriate.
Heck yeah! If I was already named after a Viking at birth, do I get points in this land?
Yes.
Because my name is Eric.
See? There you go. Look, I got dragons that walk around.
That's actually pretty damn cool.
Where did they get this video of me? I'm filing a lawsuit.
Are you creepily stalking that girl, Eric?
What girl? Oh, you mean the one the dragon's behind? No, I wasn't even seeing her. I was like, where did they get this footage of me?
Yeah, that place looked epic. Yup.
And this is the meet and greet with Toothless.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna wait in line for it when I go, especially at first. Like I will
just for the views.
But Prime, MCN's finest Blueman, MCM team member. Yeah.
Hi, Prime.
I am also an MCN team member.
Up in the club.
And Beach Cliff Studios is an honorary MCN team member, and Piplup James is a team member.
Look at that. Look at that. That thing is awesome.
Piplup, for the record, I'm sorry about the tariffs on your people. I shouldn't have made that joke. Okay.
the penguins, yeah. Yeah, that Toothless looks so cool. Did you see the show at all yet, Blueman?
So I tried to go see it, and it broke down. Like they did the first song, and then they finished it, and then all the sound went down, and they dropped the curtain, and then they restarted like halfway through the song again, and got to the same exact place, and then all the power went down and everything. So they just kicked us out and gave us fast passes.
They projected the GTA wasted screen on the curtain. And
are the fast passes limited? Are they like not good for Ministry of Magic or something like that?
So the only rides that they say they're not good for are the Ministry of Magic and Donkey Kong.
Wow, Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Donkey Kong apparently is such a low capacity ride, though.
Yeah, but the cars move pretty fast. Like when I went there, they're pumping them out pretty fast. And if you watch the video between ours running and Japan's running, Japan has more cars out on theirs because theirs has already got all the kinks out of it and going. They're still doing some work on that one.
Yeah.
Which that one I suggest they need a bag to put your stuff, because that one doesn't give you no locker, no nothing. You get on with whatever you got.
Same with Curse, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's interesting that Set Point, being the manufacturer of Minecart, like they barely ever do anything.
No.
And they've now done Pteranodon Flyers and Minecart. And it's like, who else is hiring these guys other than Universal? I just think it's interesting. They're a really niche manufacturer.
Oh, and we'll get to Wolf there when we get over to that area. I got some bones to pick with the Wolf man.
For the record, the manufacturer of not Sebald, what is their name? I'm sorry. The manufacturer, I got the wrong one. Who manufactured Minecart? It's some niche manufacturer.
Okay, the werewolf is made by Mock Rides, which made the Time Traveler. Yeah. They also made Stardust and Celestial Park, which we'll get to as well.
I had to convince several people that wasn't made by Intamin. It's like, no, I swear to you, it's not. And I ended up having to pull my phone out and be like, I'm not lying to you.
They seem to be using a lot of Mock Rides and a lot of Intamin rides over at Universal, but that's not a bad thing, man. That's I guess that's because SeaWorld has a contract with B&M and they build a new B&M every year.
Yeah.
Between there and Busch Gardens, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you try any of the food or look at any of the merch over in How to Train Your Dragon?
So I did not. I looked at all the merch. The merch is great. Like they got a lot of lounge fly bags. They got a lot of like, you can get a helmet to look like Toothless. You can get the Warriors helmets that they wear in the show. You can get you a rubber shield and sword. You can get you a rubber axe.
Are they
You-
selling the shoulder dragons with puppet controls like they do at Ren fairs? Because if not, they really should.
So I didn't see any yet.
Do you know what I'm
But-
talking about? They sell those at Ren fairs where you can like have the thing in your sleeve that makes the dragon move around on your shoulder.
Yeah, they sell the same thing at Animal Kingdom and Pandora.
That
You
should
can-
be in Burke, in my opinion. But
It definitely should, and they should look into that. If they already don't have it, they may not have it out for, team member, because there's a lot of stuff that's not there yet, and you can tell. But the merch is great. Like, they have a candy store. It's called How to Treat Your Dragon.
treat yourself.
And they sell lots of candy and goodies in there. That was good. I'm seeing videos of a macaroni and cheese cone that's there, but I have not tried that yet.
It looks similar to the one at Disneyland Cars Land. There's a cone with mac and cheese in it, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
They
gonna leave
got
that
three
to y'all.
different
I'm not
ones.
trying to eat 3 pounds of mac and cheese while I'm walking around a theme park in the summer.
Dude, but
I
you know
mean,
what? You know what? The pizza tots, you'll eat those in the summer.
I've never had them before.
I'll eat it all,
Yeah, we
man.
only eat those in the
Dude.
summer.
Dude,
I'll
I
eat it
haven't
all.
eaten inside of a Universal theme park in 4 years.
You need to get the pizza tots at Islands of Adventure.
Other than a few things at Orlando Informer. But
So
haven't ate
I've
for
tried
4
a couple restaurants already at Epic, so, but none in the Isle of Burke. So when we get there, I'll talk about those ones.
I eat one meal a day, and sometimes when you're walking around a theme park, it doesn't fit into your feeding window.
You know what it's gonna be? Pizza tots.
Pizza time.
Those are so good.
Sadly, I did not see any pizza tots anywhere on Epic property.
Well,
There may be hidden somewhere, but I didn't see any.
Yeah. The good news is Friday, the 25th of April, I'll be at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. They're only open till 6. So I'm hoping I can go from the main park over to Islands of Adventure right before the end to get some pizza tots and, maybe get on Spider-Man or something before I, have an evening to relax and then get ready for Epic the next day. Before I forget, I was going to show, if you do have a Universal annual pass like the three of us do, none of us are endorsed by, work for, sponsored by, have anything to do with Universal other than we're pass holders.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here is the schedule for the pass holder previews. These are the dates that are available. If you have a season pass and you want to go, you get a nice discounted rate. Normally the rates to get in are about $180-ish. So if you're a pass holder, you could get in at, the early dates are $144 and then the later dates are $120 some dollars. So not bad. But you do have to be an annual pass holder. It's
or
funny.
a Universal Hotel guest, apparently.
Theirs are more money though. They don't get the discount.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So but theirs is also on a first come, first serve basis on the day of. So they gotta wake
be on
up
site, right? Like
Yeah,
they have to go to the desk.
They gotta wake up at like 5 a.m. and run to the desk like Black Friday. You got tickets for Epic?
Yeah.
And then the Visa card holders I think might have a different way to get them though.
So they get to go on the thing and they get the discount like we do.
They don't get the same price though, do they?
I'm pretty sure they have the same price.
Because I saw somebody posting this list earlier and there was less dates available at this point and they were more expensive. So I was wondering, they're like all the weekends are gone, all the Mondays are gone, and I was wondering if that was the Visa card holder list. Because they were all like $30-$40 more expensive too, and they were in one of the pass holder groups I'm in. So that was interesting. So I didn't know where they got that from. I figured it was the Visa group, but who knows? Because the hotel group, they have to buy it in person.
Yep, in person on the day of. So if you if you stayed at the Grand Helios Hotel thinking you're going to Epic and wake up and they don't have any tickets for you, you're going to Islands of Adventure.
The other thing to point out is that every one of those days, they're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., except for April 25th, which they're only open till 6 p.m. So I'm not going on the 25th. I'm going on the 26th, so I get that full amount of time. And then Friday, I will just enjoy at the original parks till 6 o'clock. So
Yeah, so my time tomorrow is from 1 p.m. to either 9 or 10 p.m. I have to look at the thing again.
Oh, so you have like a timed entry thing?
Yeah. So well, that's all they're doing for the day. The park's gonna open at 1 because they've been doing. The park's been opening at 10 and closing at 6 or 7. It hasn't been staying open at night. So now they're going to be doing night stuff. So it's going to be from 1 to 9 or 10.
I love night stuff.
Yes. I can't wait to ride some of those rides at night.
Yeah. I guess we could talk about Stardust Racers because you made me think of that. Stardust Racers at night, the track does not light up. Only the coaster does itself, from what I understand.
Cars,
like a comment.
The cars have like stars in them.
Which makes sense, like a celestial body moving through the stars. Nothing is stationary, so I get it.
Have you seen it at night, Blueman, yet?
I have not seen it at night, but you will be able to see it. It also has a flux capacitor on the back, which is what makes time travel possible.
Yeah, so let's see. I got.
I'm in the camp that thinks that coaster at UK is going to be a Back to the Future coaster. By the way, just saying.
That's what they're saying.
I think they're missing out with Doc. He should be standing out front. There's a flux capacitor on the train. He should be standing out front.
This is Zach POVs.
Zach POVs, your season pass is revoked. You're done. Get off the
Universal's on the way to your house now.
Now the seats on this, they look identical to the ones on Time Traveler.
No, the seats on here, it's exactly the same exact car for Velocicoaster.
Wait, to Time Traveler? Time Traveler's a spinner.
It's a mock, though. The mock seat. It's a mock seat.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Velocicoaster's Intamin. This is not an Intamin ride, though.
Yes, but that's why everybody thinks it is, because the seats of the car looks identical. If it had the plastic piece on the front, that would be Velocicoaster right there. The seats are the same. The lap bar coming down over you is the same. So, bigger people can ride this one compared to other roller coasters, because I know people that can ride Velocicoaster, but they can't get on Iron Gwazi.
I'm seeing these plastic looking seats aging very fast and needing constant maintenance. I'm sorry.
They have the rounded backs just like the other mock rides do, though, on the seats.
I'm seeing these seats needing a lot of repaints on a pretty regular basis. This paint looks
Copperhead Strike. Am I thinking right here?
A ride I hate.
These trains similar. I only been on Copperhead Strike once.
I don't know.
It's that memorable for me to go on it again.
It wasn't. I don't like Copperhead Strike. I don't care when anybody come at me in the comments. I don't care.
No, I don't.
It's lame. It's boring. It crawls through its inversions, but whatever. Anyway, Stardust.
This looks
feel
a
like
lot
I'm gonna
better.
hit my hands on that one.
Don't get me wrong. I just think the train looks a little cheap, but the ride itself looks stellar. No pun intended.
And that when you go under, that's a dual launch when you go underneath the building. That's awesome.
What's your favorite side?
Yellow.
Really? It looked like the green went up above the yellow there for a second.
No, they both do. They switch spots.
There are people saying one side is more intense, but I can't remember which. I can't remember which one people are saying is more intense.
Yeah, it's the yellow side that everybody's saying yellow side is more intense, and the green side is a little tamer. And the problem is once you go through the metal detector and you get up to where it splits off to go to either coaster, there's no sign. So everybody's going into the green coaster, not knowing if they went right, they would get on the yellow coaster. So every time I've gone, it's been a walk on onto the yellow coaster, and everybody's waiting for green.
There's a pro tip, everybody. We just got a life hack for Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Go left.
Yeah.
Go left.
No, go right. Right?
No, go left. She's right.
Left for yellow.
Yes.
Yes.
Left for yellow, right for green.
It's 2 coaster credits. You get two
Yes. They're
credits.
2 completely different coasters.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 credits. You get a green and a yellow.
Yep.
Which
But
is
nobody's
great.
waiting for the better one, apparently.
Which is a shame because that thing.
No,
that
it's
thing
not
rocked.
a shame. In fact, you shouldn't have said anything and should have just DM'd that to us.
Yeah.
Everybody go right. When
We're
you
not
get
here
there,
for
go
Bruce
right.
Dickinson's Tears of the Dragon.
Did this have a lot of downtime, or did this stay up most of the times you were there?
So when I was there, the only thing I seen is on that third launch. I've seen it do a couple rollbacks where they didn't make it through the launch.
Sign me up for that one.
That's what I said. I was so mad because I was waiting for the front row on yellow, and it got a rollback, and I was like, "Damn, I would have been on that one if I didn't sit in the front row."
How's the punch on the launches? How does it feel?
So it's pretty good. Like they're smooth, and then when you hit that first one, it's good. But then after it, like it's almost like starting to slow down, and it hits the second one and launches you out of there, and I'm out of my seat.
Do any of them give you the "I left my internal organs behind me" sensation?
No.
Dang. Like I got that on Accelerator, and I was like, that was the most intense sensation I've ever.
That's the only hydraulic launch left that I know of.
I know, but the
maybe in the United
sensation is
States
just
anyway.
like- and I keep hoping someone can recapture it. I've never felt anything like that before.
The dueling on this is good. It reminds me of Dueling Dragons, you know, because I really liked Dueling Dragons when it first came out and the dueling aspect of it.
That was a good ride. I wish they wouldn't have torn that one out. You were talking about punchy launches. Eric, you got to go to Max Force at Great America. That will give you. I was saying, Eric, you got to go to Max Force at Great America because that goes 0 to 80 in like 2 seconds. It's like boom. It's great.
There's your boys right there.
You got Dueling Dragons?
Fuck. F yeah.
Oh yeah.
This was really hard to build. This one was a pain.
That counts as 2 credits.
I rode dueling.
I loved Dueling Dragons when I was a kid.
I rode Dueling Dragons 72 times closing day.
Rest in peace to a beautiful machine.
I got there first thing in the morning thinking people would be like.
No, I'm sharing us.
I thought people would be in the line wanting to ride that thing, and it was empty. So they were letting me just run right back across the thing and jump on the other side. And I rode for so long, I was like, I'm going to go get me some food and come back. And when I come back, people had started to line up. And by the last ride, it was like an hour wait, which had been the longest I'd ever waited for that ride in forever.
Dude, I see those people at like Disney when they were closing Country Bear Jamboree. They just went back into Country Bear all day long. You sound like one of them crazies.
Did you ever ride Dueling Dragons?
Me? I rode twice. Not twice. I rode both sides.
Okay.
I rode it many times on a couple different visits.
that queue as vividly as if it was yesterday.
I had the secret door. You remember the secret door?
Of course I do.
Yes.
All the Easter eggs hidden throughout the queue.
I remember the blue track. I think I liked better, but they were both
Blizzrock.
good.
You like Blizzrock more?
The cold one, yeah.
The secret door is still there.
In the Hagrid's queue.
Yeah, if you go through the secret door now, you're gonna find a bunch of very mad Universal people have been waiting an hour and a half to 2 hours to ride Hagrid's.
Yeah, if you want to learn like a lot of Universal trivia, go with Blueman. He'll tell it to you while you're in line for places. I've been in line with him for Hagrid's.
Do you remember when you could go stand next to the Captain America cutout in Superhero Island and hear the death of Captain America when the sniper took him out?
Yeah.
That's a little one that a lot of people don't know about. They literally played the audio of Captain America like dying.
Is there anything else in Celestial Park to talk about other than Stardust Racers? The food? There's food.
So there's food, which that's where I did go to one of the restaurants in there. I went to the barbecue place there. It was actually really good. I got the brisket with
fatty. Was the brisket fatty?
Yeah, it was a little fatty. Yes, it was like the perfect amount of fat with meat.
How's it compare to Buc-ee's?
So, I mean, you can't compete with Buc-ee's, man. Like,
yeah, you can. People hype up Buc-ee's real hard.
Buc-ee's!
I mean, no, but it was good. It was probably the best brisket I've had in a theme park in a long time.
Buc-ee's brisket is better than your average place, but it's still mid.
Yeah. So it was good. They had it was like a mango bread, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody's talking about that mango bread.
Oh my god, that stuff was amazing.
This is the first I'm hearing of mango bread. Hold on.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, everybody's talking about it. They went to Epic for a preview.
They're not talking about it with me. I haven't heard anything about some mango bread. Hold on.
It was delicious. I was thinking it was cornbread because I had no idea about no mango bread. I took a bite out of it and was like, this is some tangy cornbread. My friend was like, that's mango bread.
I'm assuming that it's at the same place as the barbecue, Oak and Star, right?
Yes, Oak and Star, the tavern. Yep, that's what it was.
Huh. Yeah, mango bread. I somehow didn't hear about this at all until now.
It was epic.
Okay, we get it.
But there's not much. There's a Starbucks. There's a bunch of restaurants in Celestial. Yeah. There's a carousel as well. I have not rode the carousel yet. I might get to it.
I know all the animals move in like their own individual patterns or something.
Yeah, it's way different than a regular carousel. So I may ride it when I go check it out. Oh, look, she's got mango bread.
Yeah,
mango bread.
Oh, right down Main Street is her name. She actually she's the only one that made a video going to Epic Universe just about the food. Everybody else was like, let's ride the rides. And she was like, I'm gonna go to all the food places and make a video.
That seems to be her general vibe.
Well, that's because they discounted the food because they wanted everybody to try the food. So it's been at a discounted price.
Yeah, apparently they're continuing that through the previews as well. Apparently,
are they? Okay, that'll be good because
they are doing the discounted food during the pass holder previews.
Look at this pizza they got over in the what is this?
Pizza Moon.
Pizza Moon.
You're not streaming it. I can't see it. What are you talking about?
Pizza Moon.
Did you see the picture of the pizza that she had?
Who?
Right there.
I don't see anything.
You're not seeing it on the screen here?
No, there's nothing. Now it's there.
It's a big pizza. Oh. Yeah, she went to Pizza Moon. It looks like this. It's over in Celestial Park.
So that's right next to the tavern I went to. But heads up, everything is order on the mobile app.
Oh, great.
There is no going up and talking to a person with a cash register.
I hate talking to people.
And accepting cash. It's you order on your phone, you go to the restaurant, you find yourself a seat, you scan that QR code on the table, and your food will eventually come to the table.
So it only lets you order if you're in the park, I assume.
Yes, and then you have to scan your table once you get there. So you can't order before you get to the restaurant. It just may take you some time to get to a seat.
Is that all the quick service as well?
Yeah, all the food is order like that.
Red Baron Pizza.
Wait,
is
even in
better,
like Dust
says Wild
Steakhouse,
Rider.
do they not have servers in there? Or do you have
So,
to?
so I actually went in there and ate too. So that place was phenomenal. But I'm going to tell you now, they had a queue line inside the building. So that's how long, and I waited about 30 minutes to get in there.
But can you order? Do you have to order on the app there, or is
Yes,
it?
you order on the app, you scan your QR code on the table, and eventually your waiter will come up to you and bring you your food.
Oh, okay. And you're still expected to tip. Wow. Okay.
Check out that bun though that they're using in that Das Steakhouse. I'm pretty sure that's Das Steakhouse.
Squid ink
So-
action happening there.
It's
that's
burnt.
that's the blood orange chicken, and then I had the Das burger. So that had like a tomato sauce on the burger. It was delicious. And then they messed up and brought an extra plate of food to my table, and I was like, "Okay, sure, thanks." And it was the pork belly that came with mashed potatoes and a yellow and a black carrot.
Were you filming at the time?
You're not allowed to
No,
film.
I was not allowed to
See, I
film at the
wondered if
time.
They were pretending that it was a mistake, but filming, then maybe
They
it
would
was.
fire the employee that brought you in if you were filming before.
Well, I
that
didn't know if it
Saturday.
was before or after the media ban.
It was Friday, the day before the media day.
There's
Red
the
Baron Pizza.
steakhouse inside of it. It looks like it's really
Yeah,
It's-
Dust Steakhouse looks cool.
It's cool, and then like every few minutes the lights all flicker off and it like blinks red, and then you can hear like the vampires and stuff, and then they're on the from that picture, if you look to like the right, they got like coffins like coming out of the wall and like dead vampires on the wall. It's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
do you please tell me they have a Bloody Mary on the menu? They have to have a Bloody Mary.
So I don't know. I didn't look at the drinks. They did have a whole like bar up towards the front where you come in to walk, so they may. I didn't really look for the drinks. I was there for the food.
Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, but that place, I
Well,
would
I
think
do,
that they'd
so I'll
have to
find it.
have a Bloody Mary. I don't know why. I just do.
Well, there's
Yeah,
actually
others?
2 or 3 spots to eat here in this land. You can eat at Das Steakhouse. You can eat
Or
at
what is it?
the
Burning Blade Tavern.
yes. So they had different food and drinks there, and that's right above the windmill that catches on fire every 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, it looks a nice basement bar with a bunch of monster masks in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no seating. Very, very little seating in there. So if you go and eat there and it's busy, you're going to be eating outside using a trash can or something for a table. So, yeah.
And then she got this pretzel steak. It almost looks like it's a steak, like a literal like animal steak, but
So it's
was-
garlic pretzel, and then it
it
comes with
was
like
the
a Papa
pretzel.
John's butter garlic dipping sauce.
Yeah. Have you had that?
No, I didn't have it. I've seen a lot of people with it.
Shaped
You
like,
could
like, what is the deal here?
you could smell the garlic from a mile away.
Oh,
Wouldn't
it's a
that-
pretzel steak to stab a vampire. Okay, I
Yep.
see.
Covered in garlic.
Okay.
All right. So it's funny, we were talking about the monsters area and we just started immediately talking about food instead of the attractions.
Well, since we're here in the attractions area, the 2 attractions that are there, the Wolfman,
Here, let's do
It-
that.
it is short, and them cars were not made for us tall people.
How tall are you?
I am 6'7" and a half.
Wow. Wasn't
My
okay, I'm 6'1". I'll probably be okay.
my knees were shoved into the front of that plastic piece that you see. My knees were pushed up against that.
It looks like a mini, like more family version of Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, and it does the whole up and down and then shoots through the track. It was very short. I thought it was going to be a lot longer, and then the only animatronics you see for the werewolf are inside that shed. And as you can see, you went in and went out pretty fast. So the people I was with, they didn't even see the werewolf in there.
Said that. I was like, there was an animatronic in there.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
No, it doesn't. I didn't catch it either. It was.
Let's roll it back. I want to see if I can see that animatronic.
Shout out to Conquistador Orlando or Conquistadando Orlando.
No, don't shout out. His pass is revoked.
See, here it comes. There's one, and he doesn't even look at it. There's one on each side as you come into the shed, and then see if you can see it.
God, yeah, you can hardly see it.
Barely see it. It was so quick.
Can we do a freeze frame on that? Freeze.
Freeze frame. You missed it.
It's too quick, man.
Yeah, like that's why I said, like you barely get to see the
waste of animatronic money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? At least they. What I hear is the star attraction of that land, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to air. Like showing a roller coaster is one thing. I don't want to spoil the what is it, Monsters Unchained, because I hear that is the creme de la creme of the park. Really, that one.
Now I'm
Harry
hearing
Potter.
Ministry is even better.
So only the media people got to ride Ministry because the 2 times I've gone, I've tried. I've gone up there and asked the people, and they were like, nope, not open. The last person I talked to said that Warner Brothers does not want them to run the ride until it is at 100% perfectness.
Well, it had to have been if they let the media do it.
According to the people, I talked to some people yesterday who got to ride it, and they said Monsters is amazing. Ministry is going to change the game.
Yeah. They got to ride it what day? Saturday or another day?
Whatever the media day was.
That's Saturday.
Well, Monsters now is great. The theming of the queue is amazing. Like when I went the other day, I got to go into the extended queue part, and it goes outside, and there's Frankenstein's graveside, and there's all kinds of cool little Easter eggs all through the castle, and then you go upstairs, and it's got wires going through the ceiling. You see electricity going through, and they got Frankenstein's original corpse hanging up in the lab, and
heck yeah.
Then it's got 2 pre-shows. One where Igor explains the ride vehicle that you're going to be in, which is pretty much Harry Potter Forbidden Journey's same car.
Robo coaster.
But
has more room in it though, from what I understand.
Yes, it has more room, and there's no dome screens.
Good God, they're already starting to age on Forbidden Journey. I noticed it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I can see the pock marks forming, dog.
Yep, that and people spitting their gum on the thing, and you're like, oh, Harry Potter's got gum on his face.
This last time I rode it, I literally leaned forward and looked down and saw a pair of shoes at the bottom of the dome screen.
I would think there's a chance that after Epic is open a little bit that they redo that particular ride, since they have Hagrid's over there and they still have the Gringotts in the other park.
Yeah.
So
hot take, I don't care for Gringotts. I think it's kind of a lazy ride.
I loved it.
I think it's it's good, but I think it's like a dulled down version of The Mummy.
Yeah, it doesn't, the intense quote unquote part only lasts like 20 seconds or if that, and I'm like, I want more. I just get off it every time. I'm like,
I
I want
enjoyed
more.
the theming of it. I enjoyed the queue a lot. I enjoyed the bank a lot. Like I just overall, yeah.
I just wanted more out of the ride. It almost felt pointless to make it a roller coaster if it was going to be like
Beach
that.
Cliff Studios wants in. Who could get him
Well,
in?
Beach Club Studios, the good news for you is that you can purchase those preview tickets right now for yourself.
He doesn't have a season pass.
Oh,
Yeah.
then never mind.
He
So
could
you
sign up
can
for a
purchase
visa.
a season pass for yourself and then purchase tickets to go to Epic Preview.
But there's you gotta also understand though, if you bought the season pass, you then have to go pick up the season pass and scan in at least one time before you could get the Epic
That's
ticket.
why I have one Epic Universe ticket for full price and one for annual pass price.
Which isn't much of a difference because I think it was
$40.
I think it was 135 or 145 for opening day ticket because I was on the computer at 3 a.m. in the morning hitting refresh until as soon as that thing opened up, I got me a ticket for opening day.
Yep.
And then went right back to sleep.
I'm happy because I get to go almost a month before it opens, April 26th. I'm going to be doing Super Nintendo because that's what my kid really wants to do. I'm probably going to go to the Donkey Kong attraction first. Hopefully it's open first because I think that's going to be the hardest one to get on. I'm guessing.
I actually agree with you. Super Nintendo is not my most anticipated land, but I think as a credit chaser, I might beeline to Minecart just for the sake of capacity.
Yeah, but see, my priorities are going to be different for my April visit than they are for my June visit. I'm going June by myself, and I'm going April with my son.
Yeah,
and
the weekend after me for some reason.
Well, I can't go in the middle of the week. I have a job.
So do I.
But I don't have any vacation time because I just started.
Well, that's not my fault.
So I'm going on a Saturday. That's why I
thought you were the sheriff. Don't you make your own off time?
Funny. I'm going June 14th to Epic, and then I'm going April 26th with my kid. And my priorities will be different each time. I know that I may not ride Stardust Racers the first time I go. It may be the second time I go that I get to ride Stardust Racers. I think everything else is probably fair game if whatever's open. And it looks like most things there are very plus size friendly. So it looks like I'm in good shape, even though I'm in the process of losing weight. I am lighter than the last time I went to Universal a little bit. So that might help. So there you go.
The only thing I had a problem getting in myself was the werewolf coaster. And like I said, it was a very tight fit and my knees were up against the plastic piece. It was just uncomfortable. It'll probably be I won't ride unless people are with me there and begging me to ride it with them. I might get back on it again, but
at least you got the credit.
Yeah, I got the credit. That's all that counts.
Yep.
See, the thing is, like, even if I have a pass, I cannot buy somebody that doesn't have a annual pass a ticket to get in for the pass holder preview because it's tied to your annual pass. Like my son and I both have passes, so they're tied to those passes. So without a pass, sign up for Universal Visa card, sign up for a Universal hotel, and get up early and make sure you get one of those tickets that go on sale same day.
Yep, all the hotels offer it, so it doesn't matter which hotel you stay at. They all are going to offer the Epic ticket. You just have to wake up early that morning and get them before they're gone.
And remember, if you're staying in the hotel, they cannot ask you to leave the lobby if you show up there at 3 a.m. and just sit down.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, if you're staying there, why can't you sit in the lobby and wait for somebody to come out and keep going? Hey, are the tickets there yet? Hey, do you have tickets yet? Hey, I'm just checking real quick. Do you have tickets?
That reminds me of the super. Remember it was the original Nintendo Classic where everybody could go in line at like 8 p.m. the night before. Oh, they're going on sale at 10 a.m. tomorrow. There was like a line outside the Toys R Us.
Yeah, I remember waiting in line for games, man. I remember all the 3 original Halo launches. I'm that old.
I remember waiting in line for It was, I think, Resident Evil 5, and I was at the GameStop, and the
I'm so
line
sorry
was
for
wrapped around
disappointing
the
you felt
corner.
after that wait.
Well,
5
do
is a
what?
bad Resident Evil game.
Yeah. It was okay. 6 was even worse.
Yeah, and I'll just say 7 is a banger.
Yes.
7 is a banger. I was just saying that if you waited in line for 5, I was apologizing for the disappointment you must have felt after waiting in that line.
Yep.
Because I know I was disappointed with 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Blue Man, did we do everything we need to for Dark Universe yet, or is there something else we need to talk about in Dark Universe?
So, Dark Universe, we did. So the merch in Dark Universe, like you can get the Dracula setup, you can get the Frankenstein setup, you can get the Wolfman setup, the Swamp Thing like helmet with the little.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
The Creature of the Black Lagoon. Do they have
Yeah.
that? The Creature of the Black Lagoon. We need that.
You can get all of them, like they're pretty cool looking. Like the Wolfman one has like the chest like ripped open and it's got hair coming out of it, and you can get the gloves to go with it.
Dude, you need to do a video where they make you up like a blue-haired monster. That would be the best.
Now they have a spot where they do that. That would be awesome. I would definitely Universal sign me up. Like,
Aren't the zombies from Disney blue-haired in that Disney Channel original movie Zombies?
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it, man. The Blue Man Group was at Universal. Get it right. Yeah, dude, you should do a video of showing the merch and the food, because I think those might get you some views, Blue Man.
I'm going to be spending all day tomorrow videoing and taking pictures of everything. Like, I'm emptying my phone out to where it's completely empty because I know I'm going to completely fill it up.
So are we ready to go to Harry Potter and what you know about it?
So we can go to Harry Potter. So the area is amazing. Going in there, you're in like was it old school London?
This
Paris.
is Super Enthused.
Paris.
Check her out on YouTube. Super Enthused that we're showing here.
So
No audio, though.
this area here is supposed to be based off the
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beast. I almost said How to Train Your Dragon.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yes. So there's 3 of those movies. The show that's there was really good. That's based off of the 3 movies there, The Fantastic Beast. But then when you go to the ride itself, you're supposed to travel forward in time to the Battle of the Ministry, Harry Potter, and right there is one of the cool
The
parts.
Blue Network.
Yes, it actually works.
Heck yeah. I like how that last guy didn't get any lights.
Yeah.
He didn't get to go.
Did you get to walk through that at all or no?
Yes, I walked through because the queue is open, so you can walk through the queue, and you can go all the way almost to Umbridge's
Dolores?
office or whatever, and then they turn you around and you got to go back out. But it looks amazing in there. That queue is definitely one of the nicest queues. Like, you can see it's like you're there. Like, the fans and the little buildings there were working, and it looked like people would be in there doing stuff. And
Wow.
they got a couple cool like things all around.
That's really beautiful.
When you go further,
that's Grimgour, right? Am I wrong on my lore? Is that not Rufus Scrimgour?
Maybe.
No, that was Bill Nye. Who am I thinking of? Bill Nye was Rufus Scrimgour. Who am
Bill Nye, he was at Disney World in that terrible
I was about to
energy
say,
show.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That terrible
Kingsley
energy show.
Shacklebolt. It was Shacklebolt, not
Hey,
Scrimgour. Okay.
I love that energy show.
It was like an hour. Well, actually, it was nice in the summer because it's like all air conditioning.
Yes. You
Now
just take a nap and you'll wake up at the end of the ride.
Now it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
I always go to Carousel, or not freaking, is it Carousel? Yeah, Carousel of Progress. That's where I go for naps in Magic Kingdom.
I love that ride, though.
I
Anyway.
just sleep during it.
All the stuff moves. All these paintings talk.
My favorite part of this is the modern air conditioning vents in the ceiling of this room.
Do they have butterbeer in that land?
I noticed that
immediately.
Right?
They have butterbeer carts just like at both islands and Universal. You can just get the butterbeer from the carts. And
I love the frozen butterbeer. That's my favorite.
Frozen butterbeer goes so hard, dude.
They have a butterbeer crepe here in this area.
Oh yeah, they do. I have the food lady has a picture of that too. I'll have to show.
So right around here is about as far as they let us go, and then they turn you around, which is.
Hopefully you get on. Hopefully you get on tomorrow.
Purple hue on the bricks, though.
Is there any chance of you getting on this tomorrow? You think?
I don't know. So I've heard from I've heard from my secret sources that it was only open for the preview day and it hasn't opened since.
But at some point they're going to have to reopen it for previews because they have to test this before the 22nd of May.
Yes. But if I do not get to ride it, I know where I'm running as soon as I get there opening day, because I'm going to go bright and early and try to be one of the first people.
There's my favorite character.
Yeah. He talks too.
That's my next cosplay is Mad Eye.
All the papers have moving pictures, and then right before this room is where they stop this. So she's got to go further than she probably even got to ride it. Oh yeah,
you didn't get to ride it. You didn't get to go in there?
No.
There's the new house elf they designed for the ride.
They didn't let you go in there. So every video I've watched, it says it's like Spider-Man and Forbidden Journey.
Heck yeah.
The seats look way more comfortable though. They're like thrones.
Yeah, it's like Tower of Terror back in the old day where the seatbelt has to come all the way across to everybody.
The seatbelts are so large that it's inside. No matter how big you are, this ride's not gonna be a problem because the seatbelts are so long. I saw like one of the fat testers do it. They took the belt all the way to the opposite side so it would cover 2 of the throne seats. You could be that who's the fat guy ride tester? That guy's like 400 some pounds, but he could fit on this for sure.
Well, she was super excited about it, and then there's where you get your pictures. She's super enthused about it.
Yeah, I've seen her walk into Universal before with her husband has a channel, Theme Park Expedition, where he just does voiceover work.
I like his
stuff. Hella subscribers.
Wait,
he's got more subscribers than her.
I know him.
That's because his voice is what catches everybody. He's got that catchy, English accent voice when he narrates his videos. It's very catchy. I catch myself being like, "Oh, I got something to do," and one of his videos will pop up, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm late now."
When I met them, I should have
Theme Park Expedition is why I'm not allowed at certain Six Flags parks. We're talking about Theme Park Expedition.
Oh, you said Theme Park Expedition.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the joke.
That's what the exhibition. That's what Piplup James has been waiting for.
That was a beautiful typo.
I better get her off the screen. She has nothing to do with this.
No, we don't want her associated with theme park exhibitions. People will start making fan pages. We don't need any of that. Let's move on.
So didn't try any food in the land there. So, but they do have, like I said, the butterbeer crepe. They do have, I think it's 2 restaurants there. One is like a fancy sit down restaurant, and another one is a sit down restaurant but less fancier.
One's like a crepe, just like crepes, right?
Yeah, one's like crepes and like fancy stuff like that. And then the other one, yeah, right there. There's that delicious looking butterbeer crepe.
Yep. And then did she get anything else? They ate that crepe, and then what else did they get?
Diabetes.
Quiche Lorraine, right on.
Did somebody say diabetes, man?
Diabetes. There are more people obey these simple rules. Diabetes. I promise you, diabetes. I'm surrounded by diabetes. Thanks for your time. Have a good diabetes.
Have a good diabetes, Troy.
Have a good diabetes.
Now, I have type 1 diabetes, so it's okay that I made fun of diabetes, okay?
I don't, so it's not okay that I did.
Quiche Lorraine.
I love Quiche Lorraine.
Yeah, this is the fancy
With the
restaurant.
salad. Yeah, this looks expensive. Not $15.99. That's cheaper than I thought. That looks like, doesn't it? That looks like one of those places where they give you a tiny little bit of food. And they're like, that'll be $79.99.
As a jerk, I'm gonna say right now, looking at that quiche is overcooked, but I'd still eat it.
Well, they're new. This is the trial run, so you can.
Yeah. Technical rehearsals.
Food might be burnt.
Yeah, that quiche should not be that brown. You can see how hard that thing is just looking at it.
That's because it's been sitting underneath the heat lamp all
for
day.
real. I know that.
This restaurant doesn't look like something where things would sit. The seating, everything in the restaurant looks like it'd be like fresh, and you'd have some really like fancy snooty server in a tuxedo.
Yeah, when the park's at full capacity. When people are actually spending money.
Quiche Lorraine, right down Main Street. It's right being WRIGHT. You can check out her channel. She's talks about all this food, but the reason I brought it up is because I knew that I'd be able to get pictures of the food pretty quickly. So we already talked about Das Steakhouse. So anyway, so Harry Potter. It looks like I'd be really impressed to see it in person. I have seen 2 of the Fantastic Beasts movies. I need to see the 3rd one.
No, you don't.
They're underrated. They're good.
No, they're not. They're bad.
You can watch the show and the land with only seeing the first How to
The
Train
first
Your
one
Beast.
is definitely fine. How to Train Your Beast? You
Fantastic Beasts 1 and 2 were decent.
Fantastic Dragons and How to Train Them.
I heard the 3rd one is a disappointment, and I'm scared to watch it. But
The only good part about the 3rd one is Mads Mikkelsen replacing Depp as Grindelwald. But
I like Depp though.
I like Depp too, but Mads Mikkelsen is a better actor, and I'll die on that hill.
Okay, fine. I'll watch it. I'm looking for.
That's not good. No, the movie sucks. The movie's bad.
They're on HBO.
Yeah, the second one was really good.
Okay.
I liked it.
Cool.
I liked it.
I respect your opinion.
Okay. All right. So
I just thought it was weird that they did the whole land based on those movies, but then
critical and box office failures across the board.
Yep, and then the major ride in the area is Harry Potter.
Yeah, because they know that they were critical and box office failures across the board. I don't know why they did this. I think they just wanted to build Paris and were trying to find a reason for it.
Yep.
Let me see what I can find here. We've done. I think I've shown enough of Super Enthused, so I'm trying to find something else here so we can talk about Super Nintendo World. Because I think that's the last land we have to talk about, right?
Yes. Now, that land is my favorite portal.
I'm gonna show that portal. How about that? But I have to read
Right.
just a little bit longer, I think. 'cause
Now
this-
you're thinking with portals.
There's the portal. This video's from the Diz Unlimited. It's Rhino Clavin. Rhino Clavin's video. Shout out to Rhino Clavin. I listened to their podcast, the Diz Unlimited. So here we go.
One of the coolest ones to walk into. The only one that has an escalator in it. But since there's no sound here, when going through here, you hear the tube sound that it makes in the game. Which they just cut that whole like epic thing of going up the stairway out. But the pictures, like the game, you just want to go and jump through the picture.
Yeah, it makes me look like I'm about to play Mario 64 right there.
Yes.
That's so cool because Mario
We're going to do a
64 is my
backflip through the picture.
favorite Mario game.
Wow, that's stunning.
Way bigger than California's.
Yeah, immediately noticeably much larger.
I want to say congratulations to Unk, who signed his retirement paperwork recently. Good to see Unk out here.
Oh, I think I saw that that Facebook post from him.
Yeah, he's
Congrats
part of
on the
MCN.
retirement.
This looks like huge. Like the one in Hollywood, I've not been to, but I've seen on YouTube. It looks like half the size.
So it is pretty big. It's 2 stories too, because you go down there is where you got the restaurant and some games to do. Up top, you got downstairs. You also have the Yoshi ride. Upstairs is where you have Mario Kart with some more games to go play. You can get the wristband and download the app, and it'll keep track of all the coins you get when you hit the blocks. You have to find hidden keys and certain things to do a boss battle with Bowser.
Is it Bowser or Bowser Jr. in this one?
Oh yeah, it's Bowser Jr. That's right.
Okay.
Regular Bowser is in there for the Mario Kart ride, which is in the Bowser's castle.
There's no Bowser meet and greet, is there?
I did not see a Bowser meet and greet.
That's a missed opportunity. They have no Bowser wristband either. There's people that are.
They probably haven't found someone who can jack Blackwell enough yet. They haven't met me. But
And then Donkey Kong has its own little portal inside of the land to go to that area, which is pretty cool. Everybody has a different what do you call it? Themed attire that they wear there.
I am most excited to go to Donkey Kong Country. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why.
I love Donkey Kong way more than Mario.
Donkey Kong Country just looks so cool. They play the Donkey Kong music, from what I could tell. Like
I'm always a bigger Donkey Kong kid than a Mario kid.
The coaster is just like the game. You're jumping around, and Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. in it. And
the tree backdrop made my heart smile.
That looks just like the start of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Yeah. The minecart looks so much like the real thing too. It's just so cool.
The only bad part about it is that when you're out of the ride and you're sitting here looking at it like this, you can see it jumping the track and stuff. But when you're actually on the ride, to see that it's jumping the track, you don't really see it that much.
Well, that's fine because B-roll shots are gonna like right here, right?
Yeah.
When it comes around the corner and it looks like it's gonna jump the track, it's like
it's gonna jump over the water.
Yeah, that looks so cool. There's Pikmin.
Now, does the arm actually come up and jump the car, quote unquote?
Is that?
That's like an ice cream.
Oh, I'm gonna get that mug. That mug is the first thing I'm buying. Oh my god!
And he's got a Dog Diddy Kong Jr. Power up bracelet on.
That's the only thing I care about now. I want that mug.
Mm-hmm.
Is that-
That's a dessert thing that they have only right there in that area.
Is that
You
the
have to
only
get it.
one they have? Is that the only choice you have? Is that waffle cone one, or do they have
Uh,
other choices?
I think you only have that
Will
as
they let me just buy the mug without eating 18 pounds of sugar?
probably not.
I'm sure if I'm willing to pay the same price and I'm like, hey, less work, just don't put the ice cream.
They're like, sir, you have to have diabetes to have this mug.
Yeah.
I just want to get the Dole Whip. I don't need the other stuff because it has gluten. So just give me the Dole Whip and the mug. I'll give you your money. I want the mug too.
I don't give a dang about the ice cream. I'm trying so hard to censor myself. I just want that mug.
It's not Hershey Park. This is Donkey Kong Country, and it's a Donkey Kong. Is that a banana flavored Dole Whip, or is it still
It's
pineapple?
gotta be, right? I mean,
It has to be. Like, if
What
they
else
didn't
could
make
be?
it, yeah.
Because they
Which
said somebody
I
said
hate
it was Dole Whip.
bananas, so I'm good.
I don't know. I
Bananas,
haven't tried that yet.
Man, I wish I could cheat on gluten allergy, but don't work that way. Because that looks good.
You would definitely go broke going around trying to try everything they have at every land.
Well, luckily I'm gluten free, so there's probably like 3 things I could try. So, but I do want that Donkey Kong mug. It's pretty dope, and I
So
think
badly.
I from what I've seen, the people having fun in this area is like, in order to really have fun in Super Nintendo, you need to buy the power up bracelet.
Yes.
Also, note
So-
the pre-cracked and aged concrete on the paths there. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's a really nice attention to detail.
So you don't have to have the power-up band to make the blocks make the sound when you hit them, but in order to keep track of all your coins and your keys and all that, you need one.
And it's required for the Bowser Jr. battle too, correct?
Yes, and you have to find all 3 keys first before you're even eligible to go to the battle.
Yeah.
So
The
I
game
think
behind it.
So the new ones for Epic, they have 2 new power up bands that are from Epic and Universal Japan, and that's the Donkey Kong band and the Diddy Kong band, because those were not in Hollywood because they don't have Donkey Kong Country.
Yep.
So do they sell all the bands in Nintendo, or do you get the Donkey Kong bands in Donkey Kong Country and the other ones in Mario Land?
So you can get them all there, but the good thing they did because there's a couple stores in the lands. There's a Donkey Kong store over there as soon as you first walk into the Donkey Kong land, but the Mario stores, they all sell different stuff. So it's not like you're walking into the same gift shop with the same 20 items like at other places. This one, each gift shop has different stuff, so you have to go and explore to find out what you're going to buy and where. But yes, the power-up bands are everywhere because they want you to buy one so that you can immerse into the land with your band.
See, they didn't get me on those Harry Potter ones because I don't give a crap. But I think
I
they're
don't
gonna
either.
get me. I think they're gonna get me on the Donkey Kong bands.
You know what's crazy is you get to watch other people using the interactive wands and experience the same thing without paying $85. It's crazy.
Yeah, but
I have one. But it literally sits up there next to Indiana Jones, and yeah,
I have a Voldemort's wand, but it's not one of the interactive ones.
yeah, I have the Elder one, and it's the first interactive, but now the new ones are interactive 2.0 or whatever. So
They do the thing, and then you hold them up to their ear, and they're like, "You're doing great, so good, honey."
War 444 has Snape's wand. Well, now you're gonna have to buy a new one when you go next time because The old model don't work or something.
Yeah, Snape didn't
No.
exist yet in the Epic Universe timeline. So
They work, but you don't get to keep track of your points. They don't connect to the app like the new ones do.
wait, the wands have points?
Yes, and you can become a higher level wizard, and
And do I get anything for free for that?
you get to be called the head wizard.
The Great Wizard.
Do I get butterbeer that isn't $10 a glass?
Nope.
I'm good.
The frozen butterbeer is worth the $10.
It's good. I don't. Okay.
It's damn good.
It's the same thing as Villain Con. You get to be at the top of the score list and say, "Look, I'm the top wizard."
Is that ride worth going on? I've not been
No,
on
God, no. I went on it for the
No,
first time
Mike.
a few weeks ago. Watch my video, Steps. Thanks for admitting that you haven't watched my video. Anyway, no, it's trash. It's nothing. It's not even a ride.
Horrible. You stand on a conveyor belt, and they tell you to stand on your circle,
It's
and
a
then
joke.
you just shoot at screens.
It's a joke. It was. I was so confused.
It sounds worse than Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, and they don't. Yeah, but because at least at Buzz Lightyear they say, "Hey, shoot these Z targets."
Well, Buzz
on
Lightyear's
here,
fully refurbished now. They
Yeah,
closed Buzz Lightyear down.
they're going to be redoing it with new targets and new guns.
but they're still going to tell you where to shoot. On here, they say you stand on that blue circle and don't move.
Yep. It's the one ride where no Universal employee cares if you pull your phone out and film all of it. Because nothing's actually happening. You're just standing on a conveyor belt.
Yep, shooting at screens that 100 other people are shooting at the same time, so you don't know what color thing on the wall that's shooting is yours.
Also, having never seen a single Despicable Me or Minions movie, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what the lore was. I didn't know what was going on. And all I knew was I'm not having a good time.
Those things are like ADD, like
dude, everybody
all
looks
over the
so
place.
bored in there. Everybody just looked like, what is this? I don't know what this is.
It
like,
can't be. It can't
happen.
It can't be any worse than the Jimmy Fallon ride. That thing's pretty awful.
At least that's kind of actually an attraction, though. Like this is literally like a walkthrough exhibition with an attachment to your hand.
That ride would be so much better if when he shoots out the T-shirt cannon, an actual T-shirt shot out into the crowd and somebody got a T-shirt. Because
that ride would be so much better if it was Twister riding out.
Yep, Twister was better.
I'm gonna say this. It would be much better if it stayed Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is cool. I honestly think they should put a Ghostbuster ride where they have that other ride, but you're telling me
Coaster will either be Fast and Furious or Ghostbusters, I think.
That's gonna be Fast and the Furious. I've already heard from reliable sources.
I agree that it probably will be, but I feel like with the New York theme, it's possible that it would be.
And the entrance of the ride is going to be next to the entrance of the ride of the Fast and the Furious ride that's garbage that's already there.
That's so far away from the Rip Ride plot, though.
It's going to take that entire spot.
So it's going to have a larger layout than the Hollywood version.
Yes. It's going to be all over the park and going to go up over that way. It's going to be nice.
Ghostbusters, baby. That'd be better.
Hey, it would be better because then they wouldn't have to change nothing because they already got the library background right there. They got the firehouse background that it already goes through.
Slimer the ride.
Yep.
I think they done killed Fast and the Furious already. They ruined it.
No, they only killed Paul Walker. They haven't killed Fast and the Furious.
No, I'm talking about Universal.
That was a terrible
park
joke. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Okay.
So I will say when I went to the grand opening of that ride, like that was one of the lamest grand openings I've ever been to at a Universal park. And Vin Diesel jumped out in his car through the gate. And it was still like, yep. And they're all like, family.
I am Groot. Also Vin Diesel. Most people don't know. But yes, it's all about family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say this. At least Epic Universe looks like it's getting some different food options because, like, one thing I noticed about Universal and Islands of Adventure, it's like you can go to Krusty Burger and Simpsons, and you can go to Captain America's Diner, and it's the same food, basically.
Same burger all over the park. The only place, the only one that has a different burger is, I think, what is it?
Burger Digs.
Burger Digs. Yep.
Well, that's Islands, but yeah.
Burger Digs, and what's the one over there? The earthquake one.
Flipping. Oh my God, the one that's on the water, right?
Yeah. Richter's.
Yeah, Richter's Burger Company.
Yep.
That's the same one burger that's at Simpsons.
No,
No.
that's a different burger.
Oh, okay.
That's the only two
Digs,
places
Islands.
in the parks that you can get a different burger. All the other burgers are the same.
Then I guess if you go the last hour to that Krusty Burger, they don't give you Krusty sauce; they give you cheese sauce, which is mid AF. That cheese sauce that last hour, because apparently in The Simpsons they did that. The last hour they would serve cheese sauce instead of Krusty sauce, so they tried to make it like just like the show. And that cheese sauce is disgusting. It's not that great.
Well, see, I always only get cheese sauce on mine. I don't get the crusty sauce.
They don't do the steamy drink anymore either.
You like the cheese sauce?
The Flamin' Mo.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. Now you just get it doesn't smoke anymore. Now you just get a liquid.
That's probably because people were drinking the dry ice cube and what's wrong? Smoke's coming out their mouth.
Where'd you get that ET behind you? Is that from Universal?
Yeah, so ET's actually old. Had ET for quite some time. That's nighttime ET. He used to be at Universal. I don't know if you can buy him anymore.
Can I just say it's not weird that ET doesn't wear pants until he's wearing a shirt, and then you notice wearing pants.
That's what the star's for, man. The star's to cover that shit up. You know, my stuffed animal collection. I got,
Hey,
or my favorite serial killer. Yeah.
Little Magic Mike action.
And then my favorite Pokemon.
Heck yeah.
So, do you think Pokemon is going to take the place of The Simpsons?
Yes,
You do?
I do.
I don't, purely because I don't think the land would be immersive enough given its placement.
Kids
think they
love
would have to do
Pokemon.
No, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying if they
Adults
do, they would
love
have to find
Pokemon.
some way to terraform that land into less openness. Like
So-
Springfield works, but you could still see the entirety of Universal Orlando. I think Pokemon would
they
take
could
you out of it.
They could take out Simpsons and Men in Black.
I
So
think
no, what would happen was it would be Simpsons and the animal show would all be taken out. So pretty much from where DreamWorks starts to where Simpsons ends, that'll all be, that whole area will be Pokemon. So pretty much when you come through that little walkway area where they have the haunted walkthrough every year for Halloween Horror Nights, and you can go right to ET or left to Simpsons, all that area is going to be Pokemon. They're going to move the Back to the Future car and train somewhere else.
But how do they make that immersive as Pokemon while you can still see the entire rest of Universal Orlando across the lake?
They're going to do something like they're going to do something like they do Simpsons, where it's going to be like Pokemon Go. You're going to get to buy a Pokeball, and it's going to be attached to the app, and you're going to go around, and people are going to be throwing their balls at statues of Pokemon all over the place.
Kind of another park for doing that.
Yeah, so then the Zelda. I hear there's a Zelda stained glass in Nintendo World, but I'm pretty sure that
not only is there that, but one of the Pikmins is pointing at them, and only them, where the stained glass is, and he's like pointing up towards Link and Princess Zelda and Ganon. Like,
that's going to be the next expansion, and it's going to be over.
People are saying Lost Continent is going to be Hyrule. I don't think so. I think it makes way more sense to put it in Epic Universe.
Yes, so they already wanted to do that because it was originally because there's already a plan B for Epic, which is there's enough room in between each land to either build a new land or add on to the lands that are already there. So they're going to add on to Monsters. The add-on that they already had planned for Mario, they just scrapped it because it was going to be Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool though.
But now
Hyrule makes more sense.
now it's going to be Hyrule because there's going to be able to do more stuff, and they already have like secret Zelda items in some of the stores. If you just look around, you can find like there's a 10 of the Triforce that's got some candy in it, and you can get a little Link shield, and the hints are there.
Better be that first Dark Universe expansion, though.
Well, it's going to be hard to top Monsters if they do a Dark Universe expansion, but
I think Black Lagoon makes the most sense. A dark boat ride for Black Lagoon.
That would be cool.
Awesome.
That would be cool.
What's your favorite land right now?
So my favorite land would probably be, it's a very hard choice between the island of Berk and Monsters because I like all the How to Train Your Dragon stuff. That land feels the most
complete,
complete and immersive when you walk into it. Like the Monsters one, I feel like they need more monsters walking around. When I went, all I seen was the Invisible Man. But for media previews, that Saturday, I seen Igor, I seen Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein and the Invisible Man. So maybe everybody has a character that walks around, but they're just not ready yet.
Shout out to Jennifer Lynn real quick. Thank you for letting me know. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you got to ride Manta. It's a very, very good, probably the best flying coaster I've been on because I've not been on Tatsu though. I know Blueman frequents SeaWorld. He's a SeaWorld season pass holder.
I've been on Tatsu.
I've done both. I would have to say that, Manta is 2 rides. You can ride the front or any other spot, or you could ride the back. You ride the back row, that's a whole different sensation hitting that backflip there that it does.
Pretzel loop.
Yeah, you feel like a pretzel if you sit in the very back of that one, especially if you're not knowing it's coming.
I still think Over Georgia's Superman has the most intense pretzel loop.
I like that one. I rode that when it first opened. That was the last time I've been to Over Georgia.
The only flyers I've done is, is Batwing considered a flyer? The Dutchman, I guess it is. But Batwing, Superman at Over Georgia, and Great Adventure, Tatsu, Manta. I don't know what else, but Tatsu's way up there.
Tatsu is really good because it's up in the mountain and all the trees are there, and at night that ride's insane.
It is. I agree. I filmed it at night and it's great.
Yep. I did the same thing when we were just there for the MCN event. I did it in the day and I did it at night, and it was much better at night.
I agree.
You can't see none of it coming.
We got sidetracked so hard.
That's all good. So he was saying his favorite land.
I've got to wrap this up soon.
Okay, so he was saying his favorite land is either Monsters, or Dark Universe, or the Isle of Berk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you can't call it. Those are the 2.
Yeah, those are the 2. Like, they're so good. Like, Mario Land was great. Like, but I like the Mario Kart ride's just a little. I suggest riding it for your first time without putting the augment reality glasses onto your Mario hat. That way you can see what's all the cool stuff inside the ride. When I rode it, my thing kept flying off when it would hit a hard corner. And it's just very confusing with so much stuff going on. I think they could have done a little better with it, but
How long's the wait
People
usually
try to
been
take
for
that
that
thing
for you?
oh my God, the wait last time we went, it was like 110 minutes, and Donkey Kong was such a long ride or line that they closed it and said it was at capacity and wouldn't let anybody else in the line.
Okay, so my theory of going to Donkey Kong first is the right
Yeah,
one.
but for the previews, because I've seen Nintendo World not open first because there's so much stuff there. They have so much stuff that can go wrong. And then I suggest if it's a hot day, you skip Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yoshi's
Right. You can walk faster than Yoshi. And it's literally there's no shade and it's outside.
good to
Okay.
know. Yoshi's
Well,
priority
I'm
for me.
probably gonna try to do all of it because it's my kid loves Nintendo and that's kind of the reason why I'm taking him. But I will do Donkey Kong first if I can. If they're not open, then the minute it opens, we'll have to go over there and I'll start somewhere else.
RMC Minecart Madness.
That's funny. What land are you looking forward to most, Smoking Thrills?
I mean, it's you already know my answer. I told you earlier.
Dark
Look at my
Universe.
jacket. I mean,
Dark Universe. Okay.
yeah.
He's gonna go get monstered up at Dark Universe.
I'm not paying them to put makeup on me. I'm not doing that.
That's
I'm
a
not
lot of
doing
makeup too, and in the hot.
Every picture I've seen, the makeup is mediocre as sin. So I'm not paying money for that. I'm sorry.
But
It
you
looks
get a
like-
discount with your annual pass.
It literally looks like a high schooler who went to theater class for 3 weeks was given an airbrush gun. Every single photo I've seen of it. More power to all of y'all. I'm not paying for that.
And it's 100 degrees outside. That is not going to be comfortable wearing all that stuff on your face when it's 100 degrees outside.
And it mostly
What's
looks
the weather
bad.
right now anyway? There.
So I think we're getting up in the 90s again here. So
Man,
I
it's
went
like
the other
40
day and
here.
it was pretty hot. I had to pull out my fan with the air condition.
All right.
I've got one of the neck boys that blows the air up onto my face. So
Because I'll be there in like 2 weeks, almost a little bit longer. But
I got the pocket fan that has a little cooler thing on the front that'll get cold, so it blows cold air at you.
Ricardo lives in Corpus Christi, Texas.
I'm glad you'll Luwag at that.
He lives in Corpus Christi, so it's hot there.
Luwagi's mansion.
Anyway, I think honestly, I think I'm really looking forward to going to Super Nintendo because of my kid. Just something I wanted to do.
That's a really
getting
important, different angle to that adds a lot of enjoyment to it in that regard.
Yeah, it's hard to get him to do anything. And I bribed him, but I was like, I'm gonna have to spend money when I'm there anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, we'll go. And I'll get a little bit more value out of his season pass, and then I won't renew it, and then I'll renew mine.
Enjoy what little shades you can find because shade is very slim around there.
That's what I've heard.
Yes, because all the trees they put in are brand new. They're not big enough to produce shade, so there's no shade anywhere for you to stop and take a break unless you're in one of the lines. But then a couple lines are literally outside, so there's no air condition.
Reminds me of one of my theme park pro tips for a lot of people. There's no rule against buying a little tiny travel umbrella and putting it in your backpack at a theme park and then just sitting at a table and be like, Foop. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I'm the only one that has shade right now.
I think the other land I'm looking forward to most, honestly, is probably the Fantastic Beast land. Just because the other Harry Potters are done so well. I'm not a fan of J.K. Rowling at all, but I really enjoy going to those Harry Potter lands and the other two parks. They are so immersive. They're so well done. They make the Star Wars area at Hollywood Studios and the Toy Story one look kind of sad because they're so, like, I could be in Toy Story and see Star Wars, and I could see Toy Story from Star Wars, and that kind of just kills the vibe for me. When you're in Harry Potter, like, you don't see anything but Harry Potter. They do such a good job, really.
Yeah.
Just
They
such
have
a
a
great
painting
job.
that you can talk to that's actual somebody that will have a conversation with
Like
you.
the Mystic Fountain.
Yes, just like the fountain at Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
But it's a painting like in Harry Potter, how the paintings all talk. So it's one of the hidden things you can go look for while you're there walking around the land.
So yeah, we'll see what I can. We'll see if that ride's open when I'm there. If it's not, I'll ride it in June, hopefully. Obviously, this time I'm gonna try to do more of what my son wants to do, and hopefully I'll get on a few things I'd like to. It's cool. I get to go 2 different days. I think that'll work out pretty well. And yeah. So Blueman lives there, so he's gonna go like 20 times, and
I'm only an hour plane away. So
You already know as soon as they say, "Hey, we're giving you a pass to Epic to add on to your pass," I'm gonna be like, "Yep, add it on.
yep. Me
Take
too.
more of my money."
yeah, that sounds a lot better than buying a ticket, but at least the tickets aren't that expensive for pass holders. Because some of those tickets now just to go to the park are ridiculous. I don't want to spend $200 for a day. I'd much rather buy a pass for $475 and go as many times as I want, other than spring break and Christmas break, because that's what that pass for $475 gives you.
My ticket for opening day costs less for Epic than it does for a regular day at the Magic Kingdom.
Well, the regular day at the Magic Kingdom is $200 now.
I know, that's what I said, which is crazy because if you're a Florida resident, you can get an annual pass for $99 down, and you can go for as much as you want at like 50 something dollars a month. Like,
Yeah.
what?
That's pretty awesome. Well, I guess we've reached the end of our Epic talk. I'm sure we'll continue talking because all of us do. That's why I kind of put this together tonight. I know I've been talking to Blueman about Epic. I've been talking to Smoking Thrills about Epic. It's a hot topic.
It's epic.
It's epic. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm not going to go through everyone in the chat because we've gone for almost 2 hours, and but I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I tried to pull you all up. We'll be back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. with a new topic of who knows what at this point. And thank you very much. And I'm gonna roll the outro video. And watch Adventures with Blueman.
Adventures with Blueman.
And Smoking Thrills.
And
Smoking
Theme
Thrills.
Park
At
Plunge.
Adventures with Blueman.
And Theme Park Plunge.
Yep. And if you want to catch me and Blueman out in some adventures, join Melanin Coaster Network. You can find us there.
We're only the greatest roller coaster club in the world.
All right. We'll see you all next time.
Godspeed.